I had an amazing idea. You guys will probably be like, it's not an amazing idea. You're an idiot. Let's just say I'm a genius. Okay, so this is what we do. I'm gonna throw something. I'm gonna throw a statement out there, and we'll see if you agree with this. For me personally, and notice this is for me personally. How do I say? This is not meant to be insulting in any way. So let me preface this with a statement. I think Kalari's ladder is amazing. Period. There's not anything to follow up with that statement other than it's amazing. But I don't feel like it has a lot of juice. Like I don't know if I can explain this right. Like when I'm like, oh, it's fun. It's cool. There's tournaments. That's awesome. Sorry, not the ladder. The tournaments. The ladder's amazing. The tournaments. Kalari has tournaments all the time, right? But there's nothing behind them. They're just like fun tournaments. And it's like, well, you can kind of, they're important because then you can qualify for Kalari's bigger tournament. Okay. What is that? That's irrelevant isn't the right word. It's not intriguing to me. And this may just be me personally, but when I look at those tournaments, I'm just kind of like, that's cool. I'm really happy that those exist. That's great for the game. I'm very happy about that. But they don't excite me, right? I'm the kind of guy who gets excited about like getting ready for championship cycles and things like that, and just having like, hey, there's a tournament that has nothing associated with it. It doesn't do that much for me. Yeah, I can win some gold. That's cool. But I want something that has something larger attached to it. Yeah, I agree. The prizes are great, but I don't play for the prizes. I know that sounds ridiculous. My friends always make fun of me that like I don't care about the prizes. I just want to win the major tournament. So this is the idea I came up with, to make Kalari's tournaments be really relevant. I also don't like. So okay, so here's the point. Solforge has 8 major events over a period of a year that funnel into a tournament. That's exactly where we're going, got to. I would rather that what we had instead was tons of tournaments, and even the ladder itself funneling into points that you get. And you get so many points for different tournaments. The like daily ladder tournaments, yeah, they're not worth that much. That's fine. They don't have to be. Just them being worth something, right? Like I got a point of the, and then what happens at the end, you do basically the Forge Watch Invitational, where you have a double elimination invite tournament that's invited based on the points that people earned throughout the season. And so, yeah, the World Championship qualifiers, those are worth a ton of points. So if you just dominate all of them, you're easily in. You're going to be a high seed even. But it also opens it up and makes it more exciting throughout the year, like especially near the end of the year. Oh my goodness, there's and not all of his tournaments have to have points associated with them. Like there should be a certain thing like you reach a threshold of a certain amount of players and a certain level of prize or whatever, however you want to do it. I don't have the logistics worked out, but some way to say there's something more at stake here than just simply like, hey, we're doing this thing. I don't know. And like I said, maybe you guys are going to wholeheartedly disagree with me and say, no, that's stupid, that's ridiculous. And I'm fine with that. That's my personal thoughts on the matter, is that's where we need to go with this whole thing to make it feel like, what just happened there? When he enters the field, put a 1/1 into another space I control. Okay, he did go. To make it feel like there's something more happening. So that's my own personal thought, is that if we could find a way basically to extend and to enlarge the whole tournament structure, I think it'd be a much more exciting game. Because for me personally, and again, this is personally, this game seems very casual, right? Like it's a fun game, I enjoy it, but there's just never anything real at stake. And for me, that's not that exciting. And to be like, yeah, there's World Championship qualifiers that are best of one all-day tournaments that just drive you insane. I don't want that to be the tournament that gets people into the World Championship either. I would much rather have like different formats with best of 3, have bracket formats, all kinds of different stuff. You can explain the importance of the Hearthstone ladder. What is the end game? What drives these people? See, Liney, you're both right and you're wrong. So Hearthstone is very casual, if that's how you want it to be. Hearthstone is also incredibly serious, if that's how you want it to be. And that's a really nice combination to have, right? That you have both. And look at this! No damn dinosaur again. I hate this deck so much. It's going to get a complete overhaul after this game. We're going to have to dendrify him. If we had a dinosaur, we just go boom, boom, bam. We very, very well win this thing if we don't run out of time. But as it stands, there's no way we win now. This was a big moment to whiff, and I'm pretty sure we've lost. Not too bad. It was looking pretty good, actually. We're actually even going to block here. That was probably not a good block, because we could have moved the dust maw over and then potentially hit him. I got this list from the people on the stream, so if you have a better one, PTK, feel free to offer it up. Yeah, so, I mean, Liney is right, though. Like, Hearthstone can be very casual if that's how you treat it, but there are endless tournaments that are all funneling into the BlizzCon tournament, so all of these tournaments that are fairly small have real relevance. Like, you can play every single day in a tournament that has far-reaching relevance. That's really exciting. And there's lots of different formats available. Actually, there's not lots of different forms, so I shouldn't say that. The format that is played, I feel like, is a really good format. Okay, so what do we want to do here? This guy's going to be a real problem. You dendrify him as well. That seems bad. Oh, man, that seems terrible. He might just kill us with spells, but we're just going to go like this. Going to scythe on him. And we'll see how this works out. I don't think we win. I think that one turn, having Brawn and not having a dinosaur and then having to dendrify just kind of like spiraled us out of control. Alright, it's entirely luck-based, no variance, nothing to draw NCC players. I have a full collection of gold and most card and gold, 20, nothing bringing you back in. Wait, what? It's entirely deck-based, luck-based, and then no variance? I don't understand what that means. So you're gonna have to clarify that comment. It's either entirely luck-based or it's not. Or do you mean the game is too similar? And that I would disagree with. I would agree if there weren't 9 classes. It would be very similar every time. But having all the different classes makes Hearthstone very interesting, that there's always something new happening. Aren't the number of tournaments relevance in large part just determined by the size of the user base? For sure, Teamy. But there's tournaments all the time in Solforge now. Kalari has solved that problem. The issue, though, is that they don't have relevance. Like, to me, I can't say that they don't to everyone else, because for a lot of people they do. For one thing, they're just fun. It's fun to play in tournaments. But they don't have, like, you don't see major players in all these tournaments. Like, you don't see the top players being like, oh, wow, there's a Kalari Ladder tournament. I should really play that, right? It's more like, oh, this is a Kalari Ladder tournament. Am I available? No, I'm kind of busy. It's cool. I'm not going to play in it. If they had relevance for World Championship qualifiers, those things would be packed every day. So, I don't know. Yeah, Kalari, I'm definitely not trying to be insulting in any way. Your tournaments are great. They really fill a big need for the community. They're wonderful. I'm just saying they don't have that far-reaching relevance that they could have if we attached World Championship qualifier points to them. Then they would be like must plays. Like, damn, there's a tournament. I'm kind of busy. I really feel like I need to play in that. I could use some more points. You know, Hans just passed me again. I really want that 1 seed. Yeah, I'm gonna play in it. And then they could do all these cool things by having everything funnel into this. They could have not just like a bracket, but it could be like I love the Forge Witch Invitational, the first one. I thought that was amazing. You do a best of 3 and you do pools, and it's over multiple weekends, right? So you have like. Yeah, and you can do it by region even, right? So you have like the EU group is in their own pool. There's probably going to be 2 American pools. Maybe there's a 3rd pool of other people, or a 4th pool. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have the logistics worked out. But That to me, for me again, is what drives me. And it's one of the main reasons why I play much more Hearthstone than I do Solforge, because I just feel like Solforge doesn't have anything at stake, right? It's a fun game, but fun is not enough for a degenerate psycho like me. There has to be something at stake that makes me think, man, I really want to play in these. You like the weekly tournaments because they don't have all the crazy good players. And you know what? I really like that idea too. And I'm not saying all the tournaments should have points attached to them. What I'm saying is that there should be more tournaments with points attached to them. So you could have a thing where, like, every Wednesday, Kalari has a tournament with points, and then on every Saturday or something, and then there's also other days where there's not. Basically, what PTK is saying, that it becomes like, before Kalari had all these tournaments, this wasn't possible, but it's sitting right in front of Stoneblade now. Kalari's like, look, I did all the legwork. I did everything. All you have to do is use it. And that's bonkers. Like, he's got it all set up. He could probably even track it all right from within his system. So somebody doesn't even have to do anything. They just have to say, here, thank you. To me, it's just a no-brainer, and it would be amazing. I know I would be very compelled to play a bunch of those tournaments if there were points attached to them. All right, when zombie you control enters the field, he gets +1/+1. When he enters the field,